What's up, Lorehounds? Back in the Disruptor Beam booth. I'm here with John Radoff, the CEO. Actually, we're checking out the brand new, just announced days ago, Star Trek Timeline. So we're starting on Facebook for this game?
It'll be cross-platform from day one. So it'll be Facebook, web browser, Android devices, iOS. It's being built in Unity, so it'll be available everywhere right when we launch.
So you see, we're sitting on the deck of the Enterprise. So what is going on? It's called Timelines. What's the story behind this?
Well, one of the things you'll notice is we've got Kirk and Spock here, and we're on the next generation starship. So people have been asking us about that, and it all comes down to timelines and what that means. So the story basis of this game is that there's a crisis happening in the galaxy that's affecting multiple timelines, multiple alternate universes, and within this game you'll be able to assemble your crew from your favorite characters from all the different eras of the different shows, even the mirror universes. So you want to have, like, Terran Empire Spock. You'd be able to figure out a way to get to that in our game. But it's also a social game that you're playing with other people, so you're cooperating, and different people might have different approaches to how to solve different problems.
It sounds like you got huge buy-in from the IP owners, and that's not too much of a shock at this point, since you got that kind of buy-in from the Game of Thrones IP. What game aspects specifically, did you manage to sell them on here?
I think it comes down partly to what we're trying to accomplish as a company, which is we want to be the most fan-centered game company in the world, which means we start with the fan base and what they care about in a game before we start building it. And the area where a lot of game companies have gone wrong is they take some existing game and they just reskin it to an IP and pretend that's the way you are faithful to the source material. For us, the way we're approaching it is we look at the story first, we look at what's really important within that story, and we try to bring that to life within the game. In Star Trek is about exploration first and foremost, and while combat and the battle aspects are part of Star Trek, it's not the most important thing by far. Science, diplomacy, character-driven interactions, research and development, the technology, all of that kind of is woven together with this exploration, overarching theme, and that's what we want to accomplish in this game. So combat battle, that'll be part of it, because sometimes a phaser is the way you solve certain kinds of problems. But science, diplomacy, all that stuff is going to be a big part of it, and we're going to bring in some of the same story elements that we did within Game of Thrones, in terms of you'll direct your characters to make certain decisions that'll have an impact on your crew, impact on a star system, impact even on the whole fate of the galaxy. The difference with Game of Thrones is probably that we're making a more immersive interface. We're using Unity technology to deliver the experience. So you'll look out the viewport of your starship, you'll see planets and nebula and all those beautiful vistas that you're used to seeing in Star Trek.
Is this going to be a bit of a faster game, or is it still going to be the kind of the turn-based free-to-play style of Game of Thrones Ascent?
Well, we're going to reveal more about the gameplay and how that happens over the course of the next few months. It will be a free-to-play game. I think the principal things that people will end up buying in the game are premium editions of certain characters that they like and things like that. But that still has to be determined. We're going to do a developer diary and start doling some of that out over the next few months.
Can't wait for that to start. The last time you revealed, you had launched 3 weeks before, the last time at PAX. How far out is Star Trek Timeline?
We don't have a time frame yet. I mean, it's important for us to get the game just right. We're building this game for the fans, so the reason why we want to share gameplay systems and get people to take a look at it is we actually want the fan feedback. We want to really make sure we're getting it right. Our company is all full of Star Trek fans. I grew up watching it on TV, both the original series and the next generation, and everybody.
Who's your favorite captain?
That's a dangerous question. I'm not going there. Not on camera.
We'll take this off the record.
But I love the original, all the series, frankly, from Star Trek. I think they all have different dimensions that are really interesting, and we wanted to bring all of that into the game. But the point is, I'm a fan of it myself. Everyone working on it is a fan of it. We're building it for the fans. So we think we're getting it right, but we also want to talk to the community of people that are out there and show them what we're doing. And we've got lots of abilities to kind of tweak it and help have the fan community really collaborate with us on how to make the best possible game.
So as Lorehound, there are two important questions. Is what's going to happen in the game canon?
it'll draw upon a lot of canonical stuff, but I mean, games set in the Star Trek universe typically don't like affect canon back into like films and things like that, because who knows what's going to happen in the game. But it's set in a canonical universe, and you'll be able to visit all of those canonical locations, and you'll be able to see multiple versions of them in some cases because of timelines, and multiple versions of characters.
So also, you know, you guys have been pushing new content for Game of Thrones as the seasons progress. Unfortunately, there's no Star Trek on TV right now, which really somebody needs to go fix that. That's not your problem,
though. Someday, that would be great, but there's such a treasure trove of content for Star Trek, be it, you know, literally hundreds of episodes on TV. I don't know how many books have been written, hundreds.
No idea.
Like, I lost count. So lots and lots of content exists out there. So there's no shortage of stuff for us to draw upon. But you're right about one thing, which is every week in Star Trek timelines, we're going to be releasing new content. That's really the kind of game company we're creating, which is you enter the game, but it's also about participating in an experience that's both social, it's with your friends, it's with other people in the fan community who are playing it, and also being there to have new content, new experiences on a regular basis while you're playing.
Well, Disruptor Beam is one of the hardest working content creators I know. I can't wait to take a look at it. Unfortunately, we don't have a time frame for you, but once there's beta or some sort of access, we'll let you guys know. John, thanks so much.
Thank you.